All right, let's talk about reclaiming our most valuable resource, something that's become a real superpower in today's world, our attention. In a world that's constantly buzzing and pinging and pulling us in a million different directions, being able to truly focus is everything. But for a lot of us, it feels less like a superpower and more like a constant struggle. Sound familiar?
You know the feeling, right? You sit down, you're all ready to get this big task done, and then boom, within minutes, your mind is somewhere else completely. You're checking your phone, you're rereading the same sentence for the 10th time, or maybe you're just staring into space. If you've ever felt like your focus is a leaky bucket, I promise you, you are not alone.
And this isn't just a feeling, it's a measurable drain on our productivity. Look at this number. This comes from a study back in 2003, which found that because of simple interruptions, like checking an email, we waste 1 out of every 6 minutes just trying to get back on track. That's 10 minutes, every single hour, just lost in that mental fog of trying to refocus. It's wild.
So, the first thing to get, and this is really important, is that this is a huge, widespread issue. Our modern world is practically engineered to break our attention into tiny little pieces. That constant struggle to concentrate, it isn't some personal failure. It's basically a feature of the environment we're all living and working in.
There's even a scientific name for why multitasking is a total myth. It's called attention residue. Think about it. When you quickly switch from answering an email to working on a report, a part of your brain is literally still thinking about that email. This residue basically clogs up your cognitive pipes, making it impossible to give 100% to the new task. You're physically there, but you're not fully present.
Okay, so if we're going to fix the problem, we first have to properly diagnose it. The battle for our focus is really being fought on 2 different fronts. So let's break down the forces that are working against our concentration, both the ones inside our own heads and the ones out there in the world around us.
Think of it like this. The war for your focus is fought both inside and out. The internal factors are the things we have the most control over, our own biology, our mindset. Then you've got the external factors, which are the constant attacks from the outside world, our tech, our work culture, you name it. To win this thing, you really need a strategy for both fronts.
So let's start from the inside out. Our ability to concentrate is so deeply tied to our physical and mental health. If you're sleep deprived, your brain just doesn't have the fuel to focus. It's that simple. Poor nutrition, chronic stress, anxiety, and of course, other underlying conditions. They can all act like static in your mind, making clear thought feel almost impossible.
Now, let's look at the chaos from the outside. Open offices, right? They were designed for a collaboration, but let's be real. They often become massive distraction factories. Then there's the instant messaging culture that demands we're always on, always available. And in so many places, just being visibly busy is valued more than the quiet, deep work that actually moves things forward.
All right, enough about the problems. Let's get to the solutions. We're going to start with the absolute bedrock of focus. These are the non-negotiables, the things you just can't ignore if you're serious about getting your concentration back on track.
And it all begins with sleep. We so often treat it like a luxury, something we can cut back on, but it is a biological necessity. For most adults, that means a consistent 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep every night for your brain to function at its best. Skimping on this isn't a badge of honor, it's you directly sabotaging your ability to think clearly the next day.
So, how do we get that quality sleep? Well, it's all about practicing good sleep hygiene. And these 4 steps right here are your roadmap. First, regularize your schedule. Yep, even on weekends, to set your body's internal clock. Second, create a wind-down routine to signal to your brain it's time to rest. Third, make your bedroom a sanctuary for sleep. Dark, quiet, and cool. And finally, you gotta cut out the stimulants like caffeine and that blue light from your phone before bed.
Okay, so with our physical foundation in place, let's shift gears to the mental game. Because improving focus isn't just about what you do, it's about how you think about your attention.
I love this quote from Cal Newport because it just nails it. We tend to think of focus as some kind of innate talent, like you either have it or you don't. But that is completely wrong. Focus is a muscle, and just like any other muscle, the more you train it, the stronger it gets. Every single time you resist a distraction and pull your attention back, you're basically doing a rep. And the secret to that training? Well, as author James Clear points out, it's all about elimination. See, true focus isn't about trying harder to concentrate on a million things. It's about making a conscious decision to say a powerful yes to one thing, which by definition requires you to say a firm no to everything else, at least for a little while. So how do you decide what to say no to? Well, Warren Buffett's two-list strategy is a beautifully simple and kind of ruthless tool for this. Step 1, write down your top 25 goals. Step 2, circle the 5 that are most critical to you. Now here's the crucial part, step 3, everything you didn't circle now becomes your avoid at all cost list. These are the good ideas that are distracting you from the truly great ones.
Okay, foundation is built, mindset has been shifted, now let's get tactical. What are the specific tools and techniques that you can start using, like today, to train that focus muscle in your daily life? Let's kick things off with one of the most famous focus tools out there, the Pomodoro technique. It's so simple. You just work in focused 25-minute sprints, and then you take a short 5-minute break. This method is amazing because it makes any task feel manageable. I mean, who can't do something for just 25 minutes? And those built-in breaks help prevent burnout.
But what happens when you're in the middle of one of those sprints and you feel your mind just wandering off? Sometimes you don't need a whole break. You just need a quick, sharp mental reset to get back on track.
And here are a few surprisingly effective ones you can do in less than a minute. You can simply focus on your breath. Or try this one. It's a little weird, but it works. Try to predict what your very next thought will be. You'll find it creates this moment of surprising mental silence. You can also widen your gaze to your peripheral vision, or just ground yourself by focusing all your attention on your two big toes. They all work by pulling you instantly back into the present moment.
Whew, we have covered a lot, from the biology of sleep all the way to the mindset of elimination and the tactics of daily practice. The path forward from here is really about taking these ideas and integrating them into a system that works for you.
So, what's the game plan? It really boils down to these 3 layers. At the base, you have your foundation, those non-negotiables like sleep. On top of that, you build your mindset, treating focus as a skill that's built on ruthless elimination. And then for your daily practice, you have your tools, trimming that skill one 25-minute sprint at a time. But look, this isn't just about passively learning stuff. It's about taking action. So my question for you as we wrap up is this. Looking at your day, what is the single biggest distraction, the one good goal on your avoid at all cost list that you can finally say no to starting today? The first step to reclaiming your focus starts right now.